Welcome to the Morning Wood. I'm your host, John Heisop, joined as always by my friend, the great Matt Modi. Everybody knows the best time to start laying the wood to the books is in the morning. So that's what we do every single morning on this channel, except for the mornings that we don't. For that reason, get subscribed. Do it right now. The button's right there. You see it. It literally says subscribe on it. Hit the button. Get the notifications on too, okay? I'm not going to tell you what to do, but be honest with yourself. You're going to forget. Notifications on helps you not forget. That's just how notifications work. Before we get going today, though, let's talk about what happened on the show yesterday. I got to be honest with you. I put in two bets that had no chance of losing, and one lost. It was Goga Batadze. He got 2 points. I had him over 2.5 in the first quarter. It was even money. I thought he was going to just abuse that Philly center that I can't say his name, but he didn't, and he only got 2 points. But my guy, Andre Jackson, definitely went over his 1.5 first quarter points because he had a dunk at some point in the first quarter, which is awesome.
What about you, 2 points. Yeah, well, Austin Reeves got voided. He didn't play, so that one's fine. Cade Cunningham, I mean, really, 0 rebounds at halftime. I just went to bed thinking that was dead. Woke up, and I think he had 9. So he had 9 in the second half. Trae Young, not my fault. He shot 9 times. If you told me he shot 9 just to make 3, I would have taken those numbers. But he made 0. Instead of making 3, he made 0. Not my fault. He put up 9 shots. It is what it is. But yeah, not a bad day overall.
People in the comments yesterday were saying, why didn't you take Cade Cunningham's assist? Because he was going to have a lot of them. What? Any reason that you didn't?
Did he have a lot of them?
I think so.
Oh, okay. I like the rebounds better. So that's why I took that.
That's good. That's a good answer. I like it. Well, it's Thursday. These people are getting ready for the weekend. They're getting ready to work, Matt, so we don't got a lot of time, all right? They're working. They're busy, but they need bangers. Go. You're up. First one's you.
Yeah. NFL, obviously, we'll start there. We're going to go we're going to go Jordan Love. 275 plus passing yards, plus 178 is now the best offered price at FanDuel. I got it at 170, so you can get a little bit of a better price there. The hit rate guys are just going to hate this one. They're going to throw up. See it because I'm pretty sure he's only gotten to 275 yards once this year. It's been a weird year for Jordan Love. You know, he got hurt week 1, came back, was a little bit rusty, and then he got hurt again, and then he came back a little bit rusty. So it's just been a weird year. But last time he played the Lions, he threw for 273 passing yards. That's not quite 275, but it is very close. And that was his first game back post groin injury. So you can't expect a guy to play that well when your groin hurts.
That's true.
Yeah, and also in that game, Josh Jacobs ran for 95 yards. That's the most a running back has run against the Lions all year. And I get the Lions have a bunch of injuries. To me, that has more to do with them struggling in the passing game than in the running game. Their run defense has still generally been pretty good. They've seen the fewest rushing attempts per year, and they have a lot of the 4th fewest rushing yards. They got the 4th highest stuff rate. So any run play that doesn't go for more than 3 yards or it doesn't get a first down on 2 or shorter. And they've allowed the 5th fewest yards after contact. But they have allowed the most receiving yards specifically to wide receivers and the most receptions to wide receivers as well. Now, it feels like Russian roulette playing one of these Packers wide receivers. I love Jaden Reed. It could be a Christian Watson could go off for 200. Dontavian Wicks, I kind of think stinks, but if he decides to catch the ball, he could go off for 200. So I don't want to mess with any of that. I just wanted to take Jordan Love passing yards for 275 plus at plus 178 against a pass funnel Lions defense. I thought that was pretty good.
I like it. As for myself, I am a big Russian roulette guy. I have actually never lost in a game of Russian roulette, as evidenced by the fact that I'm here. So I'm going to go Dontavian Wicks, 40 plus receiving yards, plus 108 at FanDuel. I don't know, man. This bet doesn't really feel that bad, but he can't catch. But here's the thing. How is this kid getting a 40 plus line at plus money? All right. That's not for us to figure out. Okay. What we got to figure out is how much money we want to make off this thing. I want a full unit. Romeo Doubs is out tonight. I know the haters are going to say that this guy didn't go 40 plus last week when Doubs was out, but typical haters, they lack vision. Last week was clearly a tight end running back game. Everybody knows that. This week is a receivers game. We're talking about the Detroit Lions here, people. They cannot cover receivers. They never have been able to. On the season, they've allowed more receiving yards to the wide receiver position than every other team except for one. That team, the Baltimore Ravens, has played an extra game than more games in Detroit. So by the end of this thing, I'm pretty confident that once Detroit plays the same amount of games with the Ravens, they're going to be on top or bottom, however you want to look at it. On top of all that, Detroit should score all over Green Bay tonight. So once that happens, the Packers are going to go into throw mode. But in reality, I'd be shocked if it ever even comes to that, because for us, we only need 40-plus yards. Wicks is likely to get that in the first quarter, probably on the first drive, maybe even on the first play. Feels right.
Yeah, I mean, if he catches the ball, he's like the best receiver in the NFL. That's like a Quentin Johnson play where you just hope he decides to not be blind tonight.
That's true. Nah, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. He gets nervous sometimes.
Yeah, but yeah, they need him. He'll be fine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm
Thursday Night Football.
Yeah, I'm going to NBA. So if you want to do one more NFL while we'll stick there, you might as well go for it. If you got one more.
You go to NBA. The people need you.
All right, NBA it is. So we're going to go Jakob Poeltl over 2.5 assists plus 110 odds at DraftKings. This is going to sound crazy because you're like, why are you taking Poeltl for assists and not rebounds?
He's a passer.
Scotty Barnes, yes, he's a passing, and Scotty Barnes has been stealing a lot of rebounds recently, so I don't love the Poeltl rebounds, but I love this play against the Thunder. The Thunder allowed the most assists per game, specifically to centers. That's going to sound like a random market and like a random stat, but there actually is a reason why. It's because they allow the fewest points per game to pick and roll men. So they're basically just saying, we're not going to let roll men beat us by scoring. We're going to rely on these 7-foot behemoths to pass the ball. And some of them can. Poeltl's not going to confuse anybody with Nikola Jokic, but he can pass. He's not a complete schmuck.
European, dude.
Yeah, exactly. You just figured those guys can pass.
Mm-hmm.
He runs the 8th most possessions in the NBA, or he's ran, I should say, as the pick and roll man. So he will get the ball on the roll. They're not going to let him score. So what they're going to let him do is pass. He's hit this number in 10 of 22 games this year. So again, the hit rate isn't above 50%. It's also plus money. And 8 separate times he's landed on exactly 2 assists. Now, the lower the numbers get, like I have a rule, if you're betting something below 5, you don't get to complain about a hook because like those numbers are too close together. Like during baseball season, I'm just going to start saying I got hooked when I bet on a player to hit a home run and they didn't. Like, dude, he was right there. I just lost on the hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got hooked. But anyways, the fact that he has gotten in 18 of 22 games, he's gotten at least 2 assists, shows that he is capable of passing. And in this matchup, he's going to get that third one. So yeah, plus 110 odds, Jakob Poeltl over 2.5 assists. I absolutely love this play.
I like it too. I like it so much. I'm going to go back to the NFL. But I'm going to go with a guaranteed parlay for my last move. This is guaranteed, meaning that it's no way could it lose. I checked myself. If we're being honest, I don't even know how the books let us bet this, okay? At some point, they're going to have to stop us. It all starts with Jordan Love, 225-plus passing yards. I don't think anyone has ever not gotten 225 passing yards on the 2024 Detroit Lions. Now, the haters are going to say Anthony Richardson, but he doesn't count, all right? He's not even out there to throw the ball. Jordan Love is. So if Jordan Love throws for 225-plus yards, then his receivers are going to have receiving yards. That's just how this game we play works. Obviously, one of them is going to be Tucker Kraft, and out of simplicity, we'll just go 25-plus receiving yards on him. We don't have to do anything else. He does this every single game. Plus, he was talking shit all week. I don't know if you saw it on Twitter. He was talking shit. Go look him up. So we're good there. On top of that, we can go Christian Watson, 25-plus receiving yards. He's going to get this on one catch, okay? It's what he does. I actually think that he could get more than 25 yards, but we only need him to get 25 yards to cash this guaranteed parlay, and that's why it's guaranteed. As I said, it is guaranteed. I've said guaranteed probably 15 times since I started talking about this. It's called the guaranteed parlay, so I said that. But anyways, if it loses, I'm going to give one subscriber $50, okay? All you have to do is put in your best 3-leg parlay in the comments, okay? If it hits, you're eligible to win. I'm going to pick the winner myself, so make sure it's slop approved. This feels easy.
Slop approved, meaning no unders.
Yep, no unders. Yeah, it's got to be plus money. I mean, mine wasn't. Well, mine actually is. It's like plus 104, but still.
It's got a plus sign next to it.
Correct. All
right, for my third and final pick, we're going to go Zach Collins, 15+ plus points, plus 140 odds at Bet365. Plus 140 for this is crazy. It honestly should be minus 140. If you look at his entire season, you're not going to be that impressed, but he's playing behind Wemby, who is out for this game.
Correct.
Wemby's missed 3 games this year. Zach Collins has gotten to 15 plus points in 2 of those 3 games. The one game he missed, not his fault. He played the Thunder, who I just mentioned, are not a team you want to target for center point props.
He had like 15 assists that game.
Well, he scored 12 points, so he was right there. And the Thunder allow the fewest points per game to pick and roll Roman. I already mentioned that. This could not be a more opposite matchup against the Chicago Bulls. So you know what the opposite of the fewest points per game to pick and roll Roman is? The most points per game to pick and roll Roman. That would be the Chicago Bulls. Literally number 1 in terms of points allowed to that play type. 60% of the points that Collins scores comes in the restricted area. The Bulls also allow the most points in the NBA, specifically in the restricted area. Obviously, those 2 numbers are correlated, but it shows they can't guard the roll man and they can't guard the restricted area. Those are the 2 areas in which Collins scores basically all his points. So yeah, he only got to 12 against the Thunder. The other 2 games, he scored 20. He scored 18 points. He got there easily. I mean, this should be minus 140, maybe even minus 200, but it's not. It's plus 140. I think that's an absolute gift from the sports books that I would gladly take advantage of.
I like it. I got to be honest with you. I hate betting on the Spurs, but now that Pop isn't there with the rotations, it feels a little bit safer. Because he'll just change the rotation. I mean, he don't give a shit.
Yeah, it's crazy, but they got some guys out. So there's they don't have it unless they're going to start playing some schmucks, which could happen. The other guys are going to play more.
No, Collins is going to play. I'm not saying anything about I'm more saying I feel like it's better now. Because you don't with guys out, that helps obviously because there's no one else they can. But he's going to play. So yeah, you got to make sure the guy's going to play when it's the Spurs. And to be honest with you, sometimes there's not a way to find out
until after the fact.
Yeah, until you're so he's not playing.
Yeah.
All right. That's fun.
Cool.
But hey, definitely check him in a couple times to make sure this is not going to get voided. So
yeah. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was awesome. I feel like we just swept the board again. I think we swept on Monday, so that was awesome. I think we're gonna book in sweeps, I think is what they call that on the streets, because we're gonna sweep today. The picks are right there on the board. I'm not gonna go through them again. You just heard them talk about us. Plus, you don't got a lot of time, so get those in now. The lines are gonna move. Hang out for the rest of the day at work. Do whatever you gotta do. I'm gonna be back at 4 p.m. on this channel, so you're gonna want to subscribe. Get the notifications on because we're gonna use the tools at OddsJam to find even more bangers, which is crazy because we already got 5 now. But yeah, can you imagine even more? Follow Matt at Jedi Modi on Twitter and YouTube. I'm at Slop Rules on Twitter and at Slop Rules here on YouTube, just to make it easy for the people. I'll see you at 4 p.m. Thanks for watching.